everybody, it's Chibi, and today we got 2 freaking episodes of Tonari no Seki-kun that came out. Holy crap, I mean, I love it so much. 14 minutes worth of this epic anime short. Now, pretty much, the episodes really didn't continue over to the fact of, like, you know, let's say a part 1 and part 2 type episode, so that's kind of upsetting, but I really love the overall character development we see in these 2 episodes. For instance, we get to see different settings with Tonari no Seki-kun, because, I mean, usually we see them in a classroom sitting at a table, and, you know, just sitting at their desk with, you know, Seki to the left, you know, messing around while Rumi gets distracted. But in these 2 new episodes that came out today, they did something different. They kind of twisted around the entire setting and the way kind of the interactions of the characters work. Especially, let's talk about episode 6. Let's talk about the first one. Now, pretty much this entire episode focused on the robot family. The robot family, man, that's freaking funny, okay? It looked like Optimus Prime, Transformers. That's the exact thoughts I got in that entire scene. It looked exactly like freaking Optimus Prime. I mean, I don't know if anyone else knows that, but they literally did. And I thought the entire section of how Rumi literally got into Seki-kun's pace and was starting to act like him, to where she grabs the freaking action figures and then starts playing house on her desk in this episode, was actually pretty funny. Because, I mean, she's the one character that we always see trying to be serious in class, trying to get Seki from out of his antics of, you know, playing around, messing up, and all sorts of crazy stuff, and so she wants to actually study. But instead, she actually causes herself to not study this episode, which was funny. That was an entire twist of events we don't get to see in this series. And so I love the way the actual story plot of this episode went, because it adds a completely new, fresh idea to the series, and you get to see how Rumi's actually starting to, I guess, grow connected with Seki. I mean, she's constantly looking over at his desk or something he's doing, and really making imaginative stories inside of her mind to see what he's actually, the logic behind what he's doing. I mean, especially how Seki was just completely being mean to the Robo family. What's wrong with Seki? Don't be mean to Optimus Prime and his child, let alone his wife. You don't do that, Seki. That's messed up. So, it was mean, and then I love the adorable moment she just grabs it, puts it in her freaking lap, and you see Seki look over, and she gives him the freaking yandere death stare. That was the actual music. They actually used new music in some of these scenes, which was freaking awesome. I love it so much. This is a really good episode. And this episode alone, even if this episode was just for today and we didn't get episode 7, I felt like I had enough of my actual Tonari no Seki-kun for today. And I really am just so happy this series is airing, because it's such a unique take on a classroom setting. Now let's talk about episode 7. Episode 7. Now, that was interesting. Okay, so we finally get to the actual term to where Rumi's trying to, I guess, announce to Seki that she doesn't like his actions. So she tries to write a note on a piece of paper. We got Seki opening up his own freaking classroom postal service. What in the world? Okay, so we've seen everything. I think I've seen everything that could possibly happen. We got a postal service in a classroom. They can take the entire unique function of passing notes in actual real school into something like this, where Seki is like the post office government and passing notes to each people in the classroom, which is freaking hilarious, especially how he gets them in a bag, he folds them up, stamps them, he's like this, like an actual freaking postal worker. I thought it was funny. I don't know about anyone else, but getting to see something like this is hilarious. The way he took it so seriously, that was serious humor. And serious humor, usually, that is freaking funny when they can actually make you laugh when you see a character being just so freaking serious in the classroom. You know, one thing in particular I loved is the ending part of episode 7. And I don't know we should really think much about it, but we get to see some form of, I guess, a romance genre starting to play into this series. I mean, we get to see Rumi putting a note in Seki-kun's locker. Okay, now, judging by romances, we all know that when a girl puts a note in a guy's locker, it usually means she's giving him a love letter. And one of the friends' random actual characters pop up and see her do that, and a rumor spreads around. And that's where the episode ends. But this may come into terms that maybe Rumi and Seki might actually get into a relationship with each other. I don't know. I mean, they actually have great chemistry. You got Rumi that pretty much wants to study, and you got Seki that doesn't, but Rumi loves having her imaginative thoughts in her mind. So I feel like these 2 characters work. I don't know if the series should focus on romance. I really don't know. So I want to ask all of you in the audience right now that is actually watching this video, what do you feel about Rumi and Seki getting together as a couple? And do you think this series actually should focus on something like that? Another thing, they really are starting to actually use a lot more voice actors in this series. I don't know, also, I mean, there's like a bunch of different characters, side characters, useless characters just added in the background, which is really different, because usually we just have, you know, the voice actors of Rumi, and, well, we don't really have a voice actor of Seki, because he really hasn't talked yet. So, I'm just gonna say Rumi's usually the only one talking. but having these other characters actually coming into the play, and I'm guessing spicing up the atmosphere of the series along with their different comments and stuff, really makes it more entertaining. It really does, and it gives an entire refreshing feel to the series. So, I love the episode 6 and 7 for their own standpoints. They both did a great job with the different stories they brought to the table, and I can't wait for episode 8. Sadly enough, episode 8 will not come out next week, so I'm letting you all know that right now. So, we're going to have to wait an entire week just to see episode 8, so look forward to, I guess, a week break from it. It's kind of upsetting to me, because I really love this series, but I mean, I'm guessing that's the price we pay for 2 episodes in one day. But, I mean, hey, they're doing a great job. If they need to take a break off, I guess they need to take a break off. And I respect anime companies and all sorts of the anime industry and otaku culture to, you know, take breaks from the stuff they love. I mean, everybody has to take breaks sometimes. I mean, that's a given. But, really, I love it. I love these episodes. Tonari no Seki-kun, never change. Great series. Chibi out.